Water quality. Water quality includes several dimensions that collectively determine the suitability of water for various uses and for maintaining the health of aquatic environments. It is the physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of water which determines its fitness for a variety of uses and for protecting the health of aquatic ecosystems. The overall goal of assessing water quality is to ensure that water is suitable for its intended use without causing harm to human health or aquatic ecosystems. This holistic approach acknowledges that water quality is not just a single static measure of pollution, but a multifaceted assessment of how water conditions support various needs and ecological functions. So quality of water is determined by its physical, chemical, and biological parameters. So physical parameters include color, turbidity, taste and odor, temperature, and chemical parameters BOD, COD, DO, pH, and so on. Biological parameters, bacteriological aspects of water pollution, viral aspects, and parasitological aspects of water pollution. Physical parameters. The physical parameters of water can be assessed using our sensory abilities. Temperature. This is determined by the sense of touch. We can feel whether water is warm, cold, or at a neutral temperature by physically touching it. Color. The color of water is assessed visually. It can indicate the presence of substances like organic matter, minerals, pollutants. Clear water typically indicates purity, while coloration might suggest contamination or natural mineral content. Turbidity refers to the cloudiness or haziness of water, which is caused by the suspended particles such as clay, silt, organic matter. It is also assessed visually and indicates water clarity. Then floating debris. Large particles or floating debris in the water are also observed visually. This can include things like leaves, plastic, or other visible materials. Then suspended solids. Similar to turbidity, suspended solids are particles that are suspended in the water column. They can be fine particles that give water a cloudy appearance. Taste and odor. Both taste and odor are assessed using the sense of smell. Water might taste or smell differently due to dissolved gases, organic matter, or chemicals present in it. Common examples include chlorine taste from disinfection or a musty odor from algae or organic decay. Temperature. Temperature itself is not used as a direct indicator of whether water is potable or not. Instead, potability is primarily assessed based on the presence of harmful contaminants such as bacteria, viruses, chemicals, and other pollutants. In natural systems like lakes, rivers, temperature plays a crucial role in determining water quality. As temperature increases, the solubility of oxygen in water decreases. This means warmer water can hold less dissolved oxygen compared to cooler water. Aquatic organisms, including fish and other organisms, they depend on dissolved oxygen for survival. An increase in temperature can accelerate the metabolic rates of these organisms, causing them to consume oxygen more rapidly. This increased biological activity can further lead to the decrease in dissolved oxygen levels in the water. Now, what are the consequences of for the water quality of the temperature? Warmer temperatures can promote the growth of algae and other aquatic plants. When these organisms die and decompose, bacteria consume oxygen during the decomposition process, further reducing dissolved oxygen levels. This process is known as eutrophication, which harms the aquatic ecosystems and reduce water quality. Declining oxygen levels due to increased temperatures can stress or even suffocate fish and other aquatic organisms that rely on adequate oxygen levels to survive. Color. Pure water is indeed colorless in its natural state. This means that any visible color in water typically indicates the presence of substances that are not naturally part of pure water. When we observe any sort of color in water, it often serves as a visual indicator of water pollution. Pollution can introduce various substances into water bodies, altering their natural color. While pure water is colorless, natural water systems such as rivers, lakes, oceans, they can exhibit a range of colors due to dissolved substances. For example, the presence of organic matter like algae or humic compounds, means the compounds from decaying vegetation, they can impart colors ranging from green to brown or even yellowish. Minerals and suspended particles can also influence water color, typically manifesting as shades of brown, red, or turbidity. Taste and odor. Pure water in its natural state is tasteless and odorless. The presence of any taste or odor in water can serve as an indicator of water pollution. This is because pure water, being tasteless and odorless, should not have any flavor or smell. Now, what could be the causes of these taste and odor? It could be natural as well as artificial reasons. Natural impurities dissolved in water can cause taste and odor. These impurities might include organic matter from decaying vegetation or algal blooms, which release substances that affects the water's sensory characteristics. Then artificial reasons. Human activities can introduce pollutants into water sources, causing taste and odor issues. This includes industrial discharges, agricultural runoff, or improper disposal of chemicals. Then certain disinfection processes like chlorination, which is a common method of disinfecting water to make it safe for consumption. It can sometimes lead to a residual taste and odor in the water. This is often due to reactions between chlorine and organic matter in the water. Then inorganic salts like sodium chloride, potassium chloride, they can dissolve in water and impart a salty taste. Compounds like hydrogen sulfide, which can occur naturally in groundwater or be released from industrial processes, can give water both a distinctive taste and a foul odor resembling rotten eggs. Turbidity. Turbidity, it refers to the cloudiness or haziness of water caused by the suspended particles that scatter and absorb light. Pure water, which is clear and transparent, does not absorb light because there are no particles to scatter it. When turbidity appears in water, it indicates that there are substances present that are causing the water to become cloudy. These substances can include suspended solids like silt, clay, organic matter, then various dissolved materials, and microbial loads. Turbidity is a quantitatively measured It is quantitatively measured as the degree to which light is scattered and absorbed by these particles in the water. Higher turbidity means more particles are present, which reduces the water clarity and can indicate degraded water quality. Now, what are the causes of turbidity? It can be due to various factors like soil erosion, construction activities, and runoff can introduce sediment and suspended solids into water bodies. Then organic compounds, nutrients like phosphates, nitrates, and industrial discharges can dissolve in water and contribute to turbidity indirectly. Then bacteria, algae, and other microorganisms can increase turbidity when present in high concentrations. High turbidity can affect aquatic ecosystems by reducing the light penetration which is required for photosynthesis. clogging fish gills, and altering habitat structures. It can also indicate the presence of contaminants that may be harmful to human health if consumed. Chemical parameters. pH or potential of hydrogen. It is a fundamental measure of the acidity or alkalinity of a solution. On pH scale of 0 to 14, a reading of 7 is neutral, reading below 7 is acidic, and above 7 is alkaline or basic. Now, fresh waters typically have a pH range between 6.5 and 8.5. This range can vary due to natural factors such as geological formations, vegetation, and biological processes. Now, what is the importance of pH? pH affects the solubility and availability of nutrients such as phosphorus, nitrogen, and minerals, which are essential for aquatic organisms. Then aquatic organisms including fish and other wildlife, they have specific pH ranges in which they survive. Changes in pH outside their tolerance range can disrupt ecosystem and harm aquatic life. Then pH influences various chemical reactions in water such as the breakdown of pollutants and the formation of harmful substances like heavy metal ions. Dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen refers to the amount of oxygen gas dissolved in water. Now, sources of dissolved oxygen: photosynthesis. Aquatic plants and algae produce oxygen through photosynthesis during daylight hours when sunlight is available. Then diffusion. Oxygen from the atmosphere can dissolve into water through surface contact, especially at the water-air interface. Now, how it impacts the aquatic life? When dissolved oxygen level falls below 3 mg per liter, aquatic organisms may experience stress. Below this threshold, known as hypoxia, many species, especially those requiring higher oxygen levels, may move away or suffer physiological harm. They may move elsewhere at some other places, and the immobile species, they will eventually die. Then second is anoxia. It is extreme condition. It occurs when dissolved oxygen, it drops below zero point 0.5 milligram per liter. In such conditions, oxygen-dependent organisms cannot survive, leading to widespread mortality among aquatic life. Adequate dissolved oxygen levels support diverse aquatic life, including fish, insects, and other organisms. Changes in dissolved oxygen can disrupt food webs and biodiversity. Biochemical oxygen demand. It is the amount of oxygen which is required by microorganisms to decompose organic wastes aerobically in water at a specific temperature over a specific period, usually 5 days. It serves as an indicator of the organic pollution level in water bodies. Higher BOD values indicate greater amounts of biodegradable organic matter present in the water. Organic wastes such as sewage, agricultural runoff, or industrial effluents, they contain biodegradable substances like proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Aerobic bacteria decompose these substances, consuming oxygen in the process. The higher the concentration of organic matter, the more oxygen microorganisms require to break it down, thus increasing the BOD. Increased BOD levels can deplete dissolved oxygen in water, potentially leading to hypoxia or anoxia conditions which are harmful to aquatic life. This oxygen depletion can disrupt ecosystems, causing fish kills and impair water quality for human use. Chemical oxygen demand. It measures the amount of oxygen which is required to chemically oxidize the organic material and inorganic nutrients such as ammonia or nitrate present in water. It provides a broader assessment of the pollution load in water compared to BOD, as it includes both organic and certain inorganic substances. COD testing involves oxidizing the water sample with a strong chemical oxidizing agent, such as potassium dichromate, in the presence of a strong acid. This reaction breaks down organic and inorganic compounds into simpler oxidized forms, releasing oxygen in the process. The amount of oxygen consumed during this chemical reaction is proportional to the COD of the sample. Biological parameters. The presence of pathogenic organisms in water bodies indicates the level of contamination and overall water quality. Pathogens can cause diseases, making their presence a critical factor in assessing water safety. There are numerous types of pathogens that could be present in water, making it impractical to test for each one in every water sample. Instead of testing for diverse pathogens directly, an indirect approach is used by testing